everyone, Diane here, welcome to my studio. Today for our Christmas card I'm going to have a go at doing a Christmas cactus, and as you can see I've been practicing here and I've got a few ideas as to how this might happen. I've never painted one of these before and not entirely sure I'm going to paint one today, but we're going to have a go at something. The paints I'm going to use today are different. This is a set by a company called VHAquarell in Germany. They're handmade paints. They're made with honey as the binder and preservative. And this is a custom set, which is available on her website. If you go to her website at VHAquarell.de, you will find it. The colours were selected by me for me. It's in a small tin like this, and which is quite nice. It's a travel tin basically, which closes up like that. It's got my name embossed on the front and her logo and her company name as well. And this card comes with it to show that it is actually a collaboration. I haven't really done very much with these paints yet because I've been saving them to try out with you so you can see how they go. But I did just now swatch them out, and this therefore shows you what colours are in the set. She has lots of other colours as well and lots of other sets, and she also does lots of shiny, glittery type things as well, which are quite popular, but they're not in my set. In my set, I've chosen a basic set, which I think you could use to paint pretty much anything, and I'm going to have a go at this cactus in a minute. So we've got a cool yellow and a warm yellow, lemon yellow and Indian yellow. We've got real red, which is a warm red, and Cridon ruby, which is a cool red. We've got violet, we've got something called real blue, which is a like phthalo blue, it's on the greenish side. Anthraquinone blue here, which is similar to ultramarine. Then we've got the two greens, hooker's green and moss green, so a warm green and a cool green. Then spinel ochre, which is the only brown that I chose apart from caput mortuum, which is a sort of mauvish kind of brown colour, and slate grey. So a quite interesting palette, and I'm going to be using this to paint things like, flowers. Yes, that's right. So I need a piece of paper. Probably the best thing to do is to use a piece of hot press. If I can find it, I think I'll use this. I'm not going to do it super big, but give myself a bit of space. I'll put that up there. And yes, now I have never owned a Christmas cactus. I'm ashamed to say I have never purchased such a thing. I don't think I have anyway. If I have, I've forgotten. So I'm going to take that out. But I did a bit of research this morning and I discovered that they come in different types. There are some which have spiky leaves and some which have not spiky leaves, sort of rounded, kind of scalloped. And so first of all I had to make up my mind which of those I was going to try to do. Zen, could you behave please? You're not going anywhere. It's not walk time, it's raining, as usual. So I don't know. Let's see what happens, shall we? Really, this is just trying out these paints. So I'm going to paint some blobs because I think it seemed to me that the leaves kind of grow out, I don't know, they sort of, don't they do something a bit like this? So I'm just pulling the paint out to the sides to indicate that. And so it's a bigger one in the middle, in the middle of the plant. And then where's my other green? This one is hooker's green. So I'm just going to try and vary the greens a bit, just to give it more interest. Yes. So each one I'm going to paint a little bit different. I suppose I ought to be following my plan, Stan. It's interesting to use a completely different paint. This couldn't be more different from the Kuretake paint that I've been using quite a lot of recently. It's much more traditional, more delicate. It makes you think of painting in a more delicate way, which is quite nice. I keep going to dip my brush into my coffee cup. Okay, so I don't know, I think perhaps we want to add a bit more grey to this green, make it a little bit darker perhaps down here on the bottom. I seem to have opted for the spiky look leaf. I was just not sure about that. Yeah, so anyway, we'll see what happens, won't we? Let's put one out here too, perhaps. And then the exciting bit comes when we come to do the flowers. And this is a pretty intense pink. So I'll just pop some of that at the ends. I know that these flowers do have much more shape than I'm indicating, but you know, this is a 10-minute video, so we can't really do too much in the way of detail, can we? And I don't think they actually have flowers coming off part way along. I think mostly, from what I read anyway this morning, I'm not going to claim to be an expert, they flower at the ends of the leafy doodahs. Now for the colour pot, I'm going to put it in a blue anthraquinone coloured pot. So we'll just put the thing at the top, the part at the top, the rim, yeah, at the top, and then we'll just drag down something like this. Mustn't forget to put the flower in there. It's a completely different experience painting with the traditional paints compared to the Kuretake ones, has to be said. Okay, so at that point, I think that is not a complete failure. So I'm going to add a little bit more pink to the flowers, and then maybe I'll grey that a little bit. And let it dry and come back. It's quite pretty actually at the moment. And I do think that I'm going to have to pretend, for the sake of the artistic license, I'm going to have to pretend. I might put another one in there. What do you think? Or perhaps I should put another one at that side, but then that would look kind of a bit too symmetrical. The other thing I can do too is I can put the lines in the middle of the... They do have veins, so while that's still a little bit damp, I can scrape some of those in. Yeah, I'm going to let that dry and come back and then go from there. I just want to mention briefly our sponsor for today's video, which is Skillshare. Skillshare is a wonderful online learning resource with tens of thousands of video courses available for members to enjoy. There are new classes added to the Skillshare catalogue every week, and they cover every possible interest and skill from cooking to computer programming, from knitting to accounting, you name it, Skillshare has it. You don't pay for each course you follow, you just pay a monthly subscription. And if you join Skillshare using the link in the description below, you'll get a month's free trial so you can explore the range of videos available at no cost. I love using Skillshare because whenever I feel the need for a bit of extra information or inspiration about something, I can find out what I'm looking for on there, and I know that the video classes they offer are going to be of a high standard with no adverts in them, and that I can trust them to help me with whatever I want to learn. This month I've been looking at classes by Catherine Jennifer Charnock, who is a fabulous artist and teacher and who is generously sharing her skills on Skillshare for us. Catherine is a graphic designer and art teacher and a top teacher on Skillshare. I loved her course called the Toothbrush Approach to Daily Creativity, which is packed full of ideas to help you get your brushes wet on those days when you can't think what to paint. She really knows how to bring joy to the painting process. It's worth signing up for a trial to explore what Catherine Jennifer has to offer, so why not take advantage of the month's free membership and explore to find out whether it's something you might enjoy. Just follow the link in the description below. The first 500 people to sign up can benefit from this offer. And now, back to the painting we're doing today. Okay, so that's dry now. I think that's looking quite pretty actually. If you are interested in the more delicate kind of watercolor, you might want to go and have a look and check out Victoria's range. I know she's in Germany, and this is a disadvantage if you happen to be in America, but she will ship, and she ships quick. She's a very small company, independent lady, starting her own business, and yeah, I thought it would be nice to try and support her a little bit, so that's why I agreed to do this. Not because I'm not getting much out of this, but yeah, you take a look anyway, and maybe order 1 or 2 of the paints. You don't have to have a whole huge slew of them to try them out. Basically, that's what I'm doing, and seeing what happens here. So I'm just finishing this off. I think I want to put a little bit of shadow underneath the rim of the pot, and I like the way this has dried. It looks quite good. It's you can see there's quite a lot of variation in the tones, in the colors and things on the leaves, but I didn't really do very much there, and it's settled quite nicely. I haven't got lots of backgrounds, and my as I'm adding some sort of a little bit of shadow, just very lightly, it's showing up really quite nicely. This is quite quite nice. I think you'd enjoy this as a complete change from the Kuretake type, and actually quite different from Winsor & Newton and so on and so forth as well. I've remembered to put the other flower on there, and I'm going to leave that. I just will put a line underneath it as an indication of some kind of support for the pot, but I'm not going to do any more than just a couple of lines like that. And then I think I'm going to leave that like that. Not completely disgusted with that. I think it's quite pretty. What do you think? Give it a try. It was actually easier than I thought it was going to be. I was having nightmares about it. When I did the same thing with Kuretake, I have this, which is, wow, rampant, right? Completely different. See? So your paints do make a difference. This is me, and this is me. Depending on what paints you use, you're going to get a completely different effect. Interesting, eh? Okay then, I'll let you go. I think my 15 minutes is up, and I hope you enjoy having a trial of this. I'm going to go and buy one of these things for Christmas. Why not? It's sweet, isn't it? Okay then, bye for now everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.